Hi everybody, welcome back to ML's Plans. It's ML here and it's already October, so it's time to figure out my budget for the month. So I hope the audio on this video is a little bit better. I got a microphone, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this sound quality turns out. Let me know if you notice a difference, if it sounds better to you, if it sounds worse. That feedback's really helpful for me. So like I said, we're going to be setting up my October budget. And this is my new planner cover and discs. Let's open it up and get to October. So I already did the monthly spread. I did it as a reel, and it's very similar to my regular October spread, so I didn't make a full YouTube video on that. But what we're going to do today is calculate my total expenses. And I'm going to fill this in. I didn't fill this in last month, and I think it was a little bit of a challenge. And last month, I also didn't do a good job of writing down my weekly expenses. So I really want to make sure I'm staying on top of that. So I'm going to take out the pages. And it's hard because they're printed front and back. So I need to see the back of this. I also need to write on it at the same time, so it's going to be a little tricky. I'm going to move my planner to the side so that you can see it and have my page here. So again, at the top it has date, income 1, income 2. I only have one income. So what I do is in this first column, I write my expected income for the month. And in the right-hand column, I write what I'm actually paid. It varies a few dollars every month, but it's pretty much very similar. And then throughout this page, it just goes through planning for housing fees, food, utilities, personal, transportation, entertainment, medical, and other. So we are going to start with my income. So I'm actually using my third paycheck for this month of September for my first October income. And that one should be about $14.17. And then in 2 weeks, so October 14th, I'm going to get my second paycheck, and I'm going to plan for it to be the same amount. And so my planned total income, I'm going to fill out over here. I just use a calculator app on my iPad. So 1417 times 2, 2,834. So I do the zero-based budgeting method, which means I'm accounting for each dollar of my income and allocating it to a certain category within my budget. So my total expenses should overall add up to 2,834. But what I usually do is fill out all of my planned expenses and then use this remaining amount for any contributions towards my different savings goals or any like additional spending cash I'll have for the week. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to zoom out a little and have my planner here. So my rent is the same every month. Rent, electric, and then I have, what is it called? Oil or gas for the house. That is FSI. I guess that could be through utilities, but I pay my rent and electric to my partner, so I kind of just clump it together. Let's see. So my rent is same every month. So $747.50. We have been really running the air conditioners, so our electric has been pretty expensive. Mostly my fault because I get really hot and I don't like to be hot. I'm gonna budget probably about $80 for that just to be safe. And then if we need to pay our gas for the house, it's probably going to be like $25. So I did my electric underneath housing instead of utilities. My water is paid through my rent, so I don't need to worry about that. Transportation, so I do gas and my car insurance. So I budgeted $100 for gas last month. My tank is pretty much full, so I'm only going to do $75 for this month. My Geico bill is about $95. I've been putting $50 a month towards like a medical savings sinking fund. So that'll be $50. And then I have biweekly therapy, which is a $20 copay. So it'll amount to $40. And then what else do I have? I have a dentist appointment. I don't think I'm going to have to pay. Sometimes when they do x-rays, I have to pay a little bit. So I'm going to do $30 aside just in case I do need to pay that. And if I don't, I'm just going to contribute it to my medical savings. So that brings us to food, personal, entertainment, and other. For food, I've been doing $100 a week for groceries and eating out and whatever. That's been working. For September, I did the $100 a week, and I think I'm down to like $15 in my remaining in my cash envelope. So I'm going to keep with that. My goal is to cut down on how much I'm spending on food. I'm just like not the best meal prepper or planner. So I'm going to keep it with where it's at. And again, this needs to be what works for you. And this is what works for me. So 400. And then if I eat out or anything like that, it comes out of my groceries fund. Personal, I have a lot going on. So I have a hair appointment, and I am expecting to pay a decent amount of money for that, including tip. So that'll probably be like $200. I have some of my, I forgot about my car. So, right, transportation, my car payment. See, this is why it's really helpful to do your monthly first. $236.19. So that you can look back at the entire month and see what's expected. So Hulu and Spotify, Amazon. So Hulu and Spotify is 10, and then Amazon 15. What else is on here? Car, my hair appointment, dentist I factored in. So what I have remaining is on this half of the calendar. So that is my Planet Fitness. So I'm just going to write PF. So that is $23.06. My Apple Cloud payment, $299. I have my therapist already down. I have my Geico bill already down. Let me take one more look. I have that, and that. Great. So these are my fixed expenses, you would say. So what I'm going to do is total all of these, put it as my expenses, and subtract that from what my planned income is. So, sorry, I have just like a lot of things everywhere. So $747.50 plus $80, $25, $75, $95, $236.19. 50, 40, 30, 400, 200, 10, 15, 2306, 299. So that brings me to total expected expenses of $2,029.74. I'm just going to run those numbers one more time to make sure. Cool. So that equaled the same amount the second time that I did it. So what I'm going to do now to figure out the rest of what I want to do, well, let's subtract. So 2,834 minus 29.74 leaves me with $804.26. So that's what I have remaining to figure out what I want to do with. So I'm going to look at my envelopes. So miscellaneous, I put a total of $70 in here. I think that was a little much. Christmas savings, I'm doing $100 each paycheck. So I'm going to put this underneath probably just personal. So Xmas 100. I don't need planner supplies this month. I accounted for medical savings. Beauty, I still have $50 in here if I need to buy like mascara or shampoo or anything like that. So I don't need to add anything more. Weekly spending, I gave myself $50 a week. So $200 total. So we'll do weekly spend 200. So let me subtract that. So we're subtracting from 804.26, 100 for my Christmas savings, 200 for weekly spending. Fun, I was doing $50 a paycheck. So we'll do fun as $100. And that brings me to $404.26. I'm gonna have to get my car, what is it called? Inspected in November. So I'm gonna do a car maintenance category and just plan for that. And I'm gonna start with, I think $75. I feel like every time I go, I need like new windshield wipers plus the fee of them inspecting my car. So $75 there. I am traveling at the very end of October to visit friends and go to a football game, a college football game. So I think I want to have $200 cash for that. So minus 200, and I'm going to put that in entertainment for homecoming. 200, and that leaves me with 129.26. So I'm going to do probably, let's do 29 for miscellaneous, and then the remaining 100 into savings, just my general savings account. Okay. So that's everything. Yeah, it's totally messy to look at, but I think this is what makes the most sense for me. So I'm going to put this in my planner. And what we're going to do next is break down what I'm going to pay for each paycheck. So this is from September. So I have this video up on my channel, but essentially what I did was paycheck 1, the amount I was expecting, paycheck 2, I did the same amount, and then I updated it with what I was actually paid. And I just broke down, right, when was I going to withdraw the money for my car payment, Planet Fitness, Apple. It's probably going to be similar, but for things like, let's see, like I know I'm traveling at the end of the month, so I'm going to need that money at the end of the month, and I want to make sure I'm not spending it on planner supplies. So my first paycheck is going to be on, in a little, paycheck 1 is going to be on 9/30, and I'm expecting 14/17. And then on this side, I'm going to do paycheck 2. It's going to be on 10/14, and I'm expecting the same amount, 14/17. I'm just going to underline these. And let's see. Going back to my calendar, I actually liked how I did it last time. So this, I'm going to make this really quickly too. I have seen another YouTuber / planner, Plan with Elise, use this method. And what she does is writes down all of her expenses, and if they have a due date, writes down the due date of when they need to be paid by, so that she has an idea of when, right? So for my car payment, I don't get paid my second paycheck until the day after. So my car payment has to come out of my first paycheck. So it's helpful to know, right, when do you have some flexibility on the amount of money you can take out for each paycheck, and when do you have like that fixed due date for a bill that you can't control. So I have on, I'm going to go back to my calendar because that's just easier for me. On 10/8, I have my hair appointment. That's going to be $200. So I have one paycheck before that happens. 10/13 is my car, and that is $236.19. Again, one paycheck. 10/17, Planet Fitness. So I technically have two paychecks before that. Same thing with Apple, but since these are much smaller bills, I'll probably just pay, well, I will just pay them at once. 10/19 is $9.99, and that is going to be $10/23, Geico, $95. And 10/25, therapy, 40, 10/26, dentist. I think, how much money did I put? I did $30. And then 10/28, Amazon. And that is so I'm also leaving for my trip on 10/28, and I want $200 for that. And let's look back. So for weekly spending, that's $50 a week. So 50, and we're going to do 1, 2. So I'm actually going to change it to 100 because it's I have two paychecks. Well, I guess it should technically be 200, and then when I cross one off, that means I have 100 left. Oh, I did Oh yeah, that's right. Fun is 100, and that is 2 boxes. Christmas, 100, 2 boxes. My miscellaneous is 29, just 1 box. My savings is, so this isn't perfect, but it's helpful for me. Like my gas is going to be 75. FSI is going to be 25. Electric is 80. Rent, 747.50. 2 paychecks. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so zoomed in, you can't see what I'm doing exactly. And my groceries is 400, and that is 2 paychecks. Okay, so I have this. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm also gonna get my calculator / iPad and a highlighter. So I have $14.17 as my first paycheck amount. And like I said, I have to pay for my hair appointment and my car right off the bat. Like there's no other option because of when they are occurring. So these two, so minus 200. Let me move this over just a touch. We're gonna go like, this will have to work. So we're gonna do 10/8 hair appointment, 200, 10/13 car, 236.19. So I'm subtracting 200 and then 236.19. So that brings us down to 980. My groceries, right? So I'm going to need to contribute $200 towards groceries. So I have 100 per week, so 200. That brings us to 780. And I like to take out half of my rent. I should know this number. So I'm just going to scribble 780.81 so I can do 747.50 divided by 2 is 37,375. So back to 780.81. I'm going to pay half of my rent. And by rent, I mean I'm just going to have that money set aside because I don't pay until the end. So 780 minus 373.75, so $400. Looking at what I have left, I'm gonna do, I really don't think I'm gonna need gas until the middle of the month because my tank is full. I'm thinking, so I need my weekly spend, which is 100. So I have $50 for 2 weeks. So minus 100. I'm going to need my fun, 50. Let's see. I think I want to pay Planet Fitness and Apple because it's pretty close to when I get paid. So 2306 and 299. So 231. So I'm going to highlight that these are done. I can do my miscellaneous of $29, my I think I did my budget wrong. So I need to do $200 towards my Christmas contribution. I only did $100. So I might have to go back and fix all of this, which is going to be unfortunate. Okay, so let's see how I need to fix this. So we're at 20201. So I'm just going to write that down. And I'm going to do, I don't need to spend $200 on just whatever I want this month. So this needs to be 200. So I'm going to fix it in my planner as well. So Christmas 200. So instead of weekly spending $100, I'm only going to do $25 per week instead of 50. And I think that's going to fix my problem. So weekly is going to be 100, and that is going to be 50. So we're going to 202.01 plus 50. And then Xmas is going to be 100. And let's see. I think I'm going to do $100 for my trip. Just have that saved. And that leaves me with 52 left. So I could do my general savings and put the remaining 52.01 towards that. So that leaves miscellaneous is taken care of. Christmas fun, trip. Sorry, I'm like slamming stuff. We did, so what is 126 minus 52.01? So remaining to contribute is 48.25. Whew. This is why it's really helpful to like really look at it paycheck to paycheck. Like, what do you need to pay for? So here, this paycheck is going to cover 1019 Hulu, $10.23 Geico, $10.25 therapy, $10.26 dentist, $10.28 Amazon, $10.28 the other $100 for my trip. Weekly 50 fun, 50 Christmas, 100. And my savings, 48.25, gas 75, FSI 25, electric 80, rent is $373.75, and it should be groceries 200. So this should all hopefully equal 1417. So we're actually going to start 1417 minus 999. I stopped writing down the prices. 40, 30, 14.99. Geez. Okay. So minus 9, minus 95, minus 40, 30, 50, 50, 100, 48, 25, 75, 25, 80, 373, 75, 200. I'm missing $125. How did I do that? Okay, so that does equal 0. Let's do this, 1417. Now I have 170. Oh, geez. I was supposed to put 75 towards car maintenance, and I forgot to write it on here. So supposed to be 75. I didn't do my medical savings. Good. Which is 50. So if I do minus 75 minus 50, leaves me with $45, weirdly. Okay, I paused and redid the math, and I was missing my car savings, maintenance, my medical savings, and then this came up to $1416.98. I'm a couple cents off because in my like breakdown of my budget, I rounded Amazon up to 15 and Hulu up to 10, so it's a couple cents off, but that's okay. So again, this is what I'm planning for with my first paycheck. This is what I'm planning for with my second paycheck. And that brings me to using every single dollar that I'm going to get income-wise. From there, what I usually do is withdraw cash to use my cash envelopes. And I like this method so far. I was telling a friend of mine that by utilizing cash, I'm feeling a lot more aware of how much money I have, how much money I'm spending for things like groceries and just like miscellaneous spending or fun. So I like this method. I do need to update some of my like trackers on the back. Like for example, my grocery one, I think I have like one line left. I think my grocery one's in my purse. So the next part for me is going to be looking at everything I'm going to pay for with my paycheck and withdrawing cash. So for example, I'm going to pay for my hair appointment in cash. So I know I need to take out $200. My car I pay online. Groceries I'm going to need to withdraw. Weekly spend, fun, miscellaneous, Christmas, and my trip. So things like Planet Fitness, Apple, those are automatic payments, so I don't withdraw those as cash. Whew, I'm feeling tired. I hope this makes sense to you. I know it's a little bit messy, and then even for my September budget, I remember I had to pause and like recalculate. If you're going to give this a shot, definitely be patient with yourself and give, yourself enough time to like really write things out. Start with your weekly or your calendar overview, and from there determine, right, like what money do you have left over that you can utilize for some of your different goals, like savings or a trip that's coming up. What I'm really focusing on right now is Christmas and developing a medical savings fund and just kind of planning ahead for what are like known expenses. Like I know I'm gonna have to get my car inspected in November, so I want to plan for it now. So when it comes in November, I already have that money waiting to be utilized. And then I can keep using this as a sinking fund for when I need to get my oil changed, right? Probably sometime in the spring of next year. So overall, I think this just gives me a lot more awareness of my money, where it's going, what I'm spending on. And I really enjoy it. I like pausing and really thinking about the month ahead and what I want to plan for. I really need to get my hair done. I haven't gotten my hair done since like late March of this year. So it's really long. It needs to be cut. I like to get highlights. And, I think that's a really good way for me to take care of myself. So when I am going to plan to get my hair done again, I want to start actively contributing towards that ahead of time. Instead of, this upcoming paycheck, I know $200 of that is going to go towards my hair. And I want to plan more for that in advance. So at this point, I'm just rambling at you. If you have any budgeting questions or particular thoughts that you want to debrief with me, feel free to reach out, leave a comment on this video, or you can follow me on Instagram with the same username and send me a direct message, and I would be happy to chat with you. But I need to get ready for bed. It's late here, and I have a busy day ahead of me tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And I hope you take care of yourself. Bye.